John felt the weight of the world on his shoulders. He was a single father. He had two beautiful children. He loved them more than anything, but he was struggling. He was broke. He didn't know how he would provide for his family. John had always worked hard. He had always done his best. But sometimes life threw curveballs. He had lost his job at the factory. He had used all his savings. He was out of options. Despair was a shadow that followed him everywhere. He saw the worry in his children's eyes. It broke his heart. He needed a miracle. The apartment felt colder now. The cupboards were bare. John could only offer his children watery soup. He hated seeing their disappointed faces. They deserved so much more. He remembered happier times. Times when laughter filled their home. Times when he could buy them treats. Times when he wasn't constantly afraid. The job loss had been devastating. He had spent weeks searching for work. Every no felt like a punch in the gut. He felt like a failure. But he couldn't give up. He had to keep trying for his children. One day, John saw a sign, "Dishwasher needed." It was a small diner, but it was something. He went inside, his heart pounding. He met the owner, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was a kind man. He listened to John's story. He saw the desperation in his eyes. He offered him the job on the spot. John was grateful. It wasn't much, but it was a start. John worked hard at the diner. He never complained. He always had a smile for the customers. Mr. Jones noticed. He saw John's dedication. He learned about his struggles as a single father. One day Mr. Jones called John into his office. John was nervous. He thought he had done something wrong, but Mr. Jones surprised him. He offered John a place to stay. A small apartment above the diner. Rent-free. John was speechless. He couldn't believe his ears. Mr. Jones's generosity brought tears to his eyes. He accepted the offer with overwhelming gratitude. It was more than just a roof over their heads. It was a lifeline. Moving into the apartment above the diner felt like a new beginning. The children were happy. They had a real home again. John felt lighter. He could breathe again. He promised himself he would make Mr. Jones proud. Life was still a struggle, but it was a good struggle. John worked hard at the diner. He saved every penny he could. He could finally afford to buy his children new clothes. He could put a proper meal on the table. He started fixing up the apartment. He painted the walls. He fixed the leaky faucet. He wanted it to be a real home for his children. He wanted them to feel safe and loved. John's spirit returned. He was no longer the broken man he once was. He was filled with gratitude. He wanted to pay forward Mr. Jones's kindness. He started volunteering at a local soup kitchen. He taught his children the importance of helping others. He wanted them to understand that even in the darkest of times, there is always light, there is always hope, there is always kindness. Mr. Jones never asked for anything in return. He simply wanted to help. He saw a man in need and he acted. His act of kindness had a ripple effect. It not only changed John's life, but it touched the lives of his children and the community. John learned that true wealth isn't measured in money, it's measured in the love we share and the kindness we offer. It's about lifting each other up and never losing hope. John's story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we must never give up. There are good people in the world, people who are willing to help. Sometimes all it takes is one act of kindness to change everything. Never lose hope.